নমস্কাৰ বন্ধু বান্ধৱীসকল, মোৰ ইউটিউব চেনেললৈ আপোনালোকক স্বাগতম জনাইছোঁ। তো আজি আপোনালোকে সুধিছিল যে মোক ইংৰাজীৰ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন এনচাৰ লাগে। তো সেয়েহে মই আজি ইংৰাজীৰ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন এনচাৰ লৈ আহিছোঁ দ্য লাষ্ট লেশ্যনৰ, যিবোৰ প্ৰিভিয়াছ ইয়াৰ ফাইনেল এক্সামিনেশ্যনত আহিছিল 1 নম্বৰী আৰু 5 নম্বৰী। এইকেইটা বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়, তো তোমালোকে ভালদৰে চোৱা আৰু পঢ়িবা। প্ৰিভিয়াছ ইয়াৰ কুৱেশ্যনবোৰ আলোচনা কৰিবলৈ ওলাইছোঁ দ্য লাষ্ট লেশ্যন। 1 নম্বৰ, আই ষ্টাৰ্টেড ফৰ ভেৰি লেট মৰ্ণিং, হু ইজ হি হিয়াৰ? তো এনচাৰ হ'ব Here I refer to the character friends from the chapter The Last Lesson. এইটো বহুতবাৰ আহিছে এক্সামত, তোমালোকে চাই ল'বা। 2 নম্বৰ, What did M. Hamill do when he wanted to go fishing? তো এনচাৰ হ'ব M. Hamill announced holiday to the school when he wanted to go for fishing. তো 3 নম্বৰ, What did M. Hamill write in the end of the class? তো এনচাৰ হ'ব M. Hamill wrote Vive la France, উৰ্ধকমা দিবা ইয়াতে, at the end of the class. So 4 number question, what did friends think for a moment? The answer was for a moment friends think for running away and spending the day out of doors. The 5 number question, what was written in the new copies brought by M. Hamill? So answer was friend Assec were written in the copies brought by M. Hamill. Next question, what was the commotion that friends anticipated in the classroom? The answer about the commotion that friends anticipated was great bustle that could be heard from the streets, the opening and closing of desks, lesson repeated in the unison with the hands of students over their ears to understand better, and teachers great ruler rapping on the table. তাৰপিছত চাবা, why was the lesson called the last lesson? এইটো ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন হয়। তো তোমালোকে এনচাৰ দিবা, দ্য লাষ্ট লেশ্যন ৱাজ কল্ড দ্য লাষ্ট লেশ্যন এজ ইট ৱাজ দ্য লাষ্ট ফ্ৰেঞ্চ লেশ্যন টু বি টট বাই M. Hamill. After that, according to the order, the new master would be replacing M. Hamill. Moreover, it was the last chance for the villagers, including French and other students, of learning their language. 5 number question, what had been put up in the bulletin board? The answer about the news of words like the lost battles, the draft, the commanding officer, had been put up in the bulletin board. Next question, what was friends expected to be prepared with for school that day? The answer about friends was expected to be prepared with the rules of participles for school that day, as M. Hamill told the students that he would question them on those rules. So next one, why did M. Hamill not blame friends alone for his inability to learn? The answer was M. Hamill went deaf to the factors responsible for their inability to learn. He told that the parents were not responsible enough in sending their children to the schools. Moreover, he blamed himself, as he used to declare holidays when he wanted to go for fishing, and he also engaged his students in watering his garden. Therefore, he did not blame friends alone for not learning the language. Very important long question answer. Egita ahiye thake bar ahe. Character sketch of M. Hamill. So answer এনেকৈ লিখিবা, in the last lesson Alphonse Daudet has presented M. Hamill's character with all sympathy and respect. He is presented in the mold of the traditional schoolmaster who always kept his terrible ruler under his arm. Next paragraph sense koriba, M. Hamill was a strict master, but the readers can see the other side of his character, which was brought by the order from Berlin. This information aroused patriotic feelings in the person. He became gentle and more responsible towards his students. He did not scold friends for his late arrival, nor when he got mixed up in his turn of reciting the rules of participles. Rather, he was seen carrying the last class with all his patience. Next, ako paragraph sense koriba, M. Hamill was also a humble and honest person, as he did not scold blame friends alone for not able to write or speak his own language. He also tools out his own faults just to blame herself for their situation. For him, France and their language is very special. Thus, he wrote Vive la France as large as he could. For him, the French language is the most logical, beautiful, and should be prepared to make the last class more memorable. He brought new copies for all the students. His attachment to the language can also be seen as how he became emotional to leave the country and his classroom. Ako paragraph sense koriba. M. Hamel was highly respected both by his students and by the village elders, as he served for the school long 40 years. He was deeply attached to his students and to the language. Thus, we can sketch the character of M. Hamel. মানে character sketch M. Hamelৰ এইটো 5 নম্বৰী আহে, গতিকে গোটাইখিনি তোমালোকে লিখিব লাগিব। তাৰপিছত আৰু আহে নেক্সট important, describe the unusual things that friends noticed in the last class in the last lesson. তো এইটোতো বহুতবাৰ আহিছে, তোমালোকে এনসাৰ চোৱা। There are some unusual things that friends noticed on the last lesson. সেইবোৰ হ'ল, the first unusual thing was the environment of the morning that friends was noticed on the day when he started for school. Too late, he noticed a group of people gathered near the bulletin board. They were intensely reading some news. Next তোমালোকে paragraph sense কৰিবা। The another unusual thing was the atmosphere in the school campus was also different. On that day, everything was very quiet, silent like the Sunday morning. Otherwise, there were lots of bustles could be heard from the out of the streets. Next, the another unusual thing was the dress of M. Hamel. M. Hamel was wearing his special dress, which includes the green coat, the frill shirt, and the silk cap, which he only wear in the occasion of inspection and prize day. Franz was also most surprised when he noticed the other unusual things. That was the presence of the village people in the classroom. They were the old Hauser, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and others. The backbenches that were always empty, but on that day, all the village people were sitting on the benches, and along with the villagers, the students were also looking sad. These were the unusual things that friends noticed. তো এইবোৰ unusual things আছিল যে friends notice কৰিছিল। তো প্ৰথমতে তোমালোকে দেখাই পালা যে প্ৰথমটো এনভাইৰনমেণ্ট আছিল, কাৰণ সকলোৱে বুলেটিন বৰ্ডৰ কথা পাতি আছিল। আৰু নেক্সটটো আছিল যে স্কুলৰ এটমস্ফিয়াৰ ছানডে মৰ্ণিঙৰ নিচিনা আছিল, মানে সকলোবোৰ শান্ত হৈছিল। তাৰোপৰি আৰু আছিল যে M. Hamele যিবোৰ ড্ৰেছ স্পেচিয়েল ড্ৰেছ পিন্ধিছিল, সেই ড্ৰেছযোৰ তেওঁ পিন্ধিছিল সিদিনা। আৰু তাৰে পিছত ভিলেজাৰ্ছ মানে গাঁওবাসীসকলে যেনেকৈ স্কুলত আছিল, সেইটো দেখিও ফ্ৰেন্স আচৰিত হৈছিল। তো এইকেইটা আনইউজুৱেল থিং আছিল, ফ্ৰেন্সে নটিচ কৰিছিল। তো এইটো বাৰ বাৰ আহি থাকে। নেক্সট কুৱেশ্যন, হোৱাট ৱাজ দ্য অৰ্ডাৰ ফ্ৰম বাৰ্লিন? হাউ ডিড ডেট অৰ্ডাৰ এফেক্ট দ্য পিপুল অফ এলচেক এণ্ড লৰেইন, পাৰ্টিকুলাৰলি M. Hamel এণ্ড হিজ ষ্টুডেণ্টছ? তো এইটো বাৰে বাৰে আহি থাকে যে বাৰ্লিনৰ অৰ্ডাৰে কেনেকৈ এফেক্ট কৰিছিল ভিলেজ পিপুলখিনিক আৰু ফ্ৰেন্সক, লগতে M. Hamelক আৰু M. Hamelৰ ষ্টুডেণ্টছবোৰক। তো এনচাৰ হ'ব, the order from Berlin was to teach only German language in the school of Assec and Lorraine. The new master would come from the next day. The order affected the peoples of Assec and Lorraine. They would have to speak German language from the next day. At the first moment, they neglected their mother tongue, French. Now they can realize their negligence towards their mother tongue, and suddenly they realized how valuable and how precious their language is to them. Therefore, to show their respect and honor, they were present in the last French class on that day. Thus, the order affect the village people of Alsace. Beside the order had emotionally affected Mr. M. Himmel and his students because the French language had a far-reaching impact on them. Mr. M. Himmel's heart was filled with sadness. He also confessed his idleness, which was the stumbling block for the students to learn their rich French language. M. Himmel converted the particular day as the Red Letter Day, where he wanted to give all the related required knowledge adequately to the students. All the students also became calm, still, and silent. They listened to their teacher very attentively. That the French also understand all very easily, and he felt sorry for not learning the French language and his courses. Thus, the order from Berlin greatly affected the everybody of Assec and Lorento. এনেদৰে মানে সেই অৰ্ডাৰটোৱে সকলোৰে ওপৰত এটা প্ৰভাৱ পেলাইছিল। তো আজিলৈ এইখিনি আছিল। তোমালোকে যদি ভিডিঅ'টো ভাল পালা এটা লাইক কৰি দিবা, চেনেলটো ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি দিবা আৰু কমেণ্টত জনাবা তোমালোকক আৰু কি প্ৰয়োজন হৈ আছে। ধন্যবাদ।